Hi everyone, my name's Pam and this is my channel Sweet Pea Green, and welcome back if you're an existing subscriber, and welcome if you have stumbled upon me in my little corner of the internet. This vlog hopefully will be going out on Friday, and it's a little bit of a what I've made and what my plans are for the coming week or two, because school started on Monday back in the UK, so we've had 2 inset days and the children are back in for the first time today, so my sewing will possibly become a little bit slower, let's say. Yeah, evenings I'll be quite tired, although I've only got 2 weeks at this current school, and then after 20 years I'm starting a different school in the middle of September, so that's quite exciting. Anyway, enough of that. Today I am wearing, I often forget this, my Sew House 7 Remy Raglan in my, now people call it butter, but I think this is custard, school custard yellow, double gauze from Rainbow Fabrics. So the things that I nearly finished in my vlog last week were the running tops, so I have finished them. I've hemmed them, put the neck binding on, and I've used, I don't know, on both of them I've used the triple zigzag because I don't have a cover stitch machine. So yes, I have on the neckband, on the sleeves and on the hem, overlocked everything and then used the zigzag. So that one is going away until Christmas, or at least December. I shall wear that in December, and I can wear that in January because it is not Christmas specific, so that is good. However, now I've forgotten to say which pattern it was. Well, I haven't, because if you watched last week's vlog you'll know, but it's the Judy tee, and as I've mentioned previously, let's take it out, there are 3 lengths. There is the cropped length, the top length, and then they call that the shirt length with the curved hemline, and I had made the top length, short sleeves and the crew rather than the scoop neckline. So that's the Christmas one, seeing that one. So this is the one that I wanted to finish ready for parkrun on Saturday, and I finished again in the same way, the triple zigzag rather than a normal zigzag. Triple zigzag, neckline, arms and hem. So yes, thoughts on this. I was right about the fabric. It is not wicking. Like I say, I'll put a picture before I started and at the end. Thankfully, I had put a running vest top on top, which may have altered the, it won't have altered the wicking because it's just not wicking, but yes, it might have been better had I not put the vest on, because it wasn't supposed to be terribly warm on Saturday, and yet the sun came out and it was incredibly warm. So this lasted about 1.5 kilometres, and I had to take it off. So thankfully I did have a vest top underneath it, because I wouldn't have been able to take it off, and it was really warm. There was no wicking, so this is definitely a cold weather top layer to go on something else. But again, I don't think it's not for a long run, because it was very warm, and also it's quite short, just below waist level, and when I'm running I wear this this vest that has my phone in there, and so it's not tight fitting and it's not long, and so it would ride up if I wore my vest on top of this. So it is definitely a top layer, but you know, it will be fine for a quick training run in the cold weather, not the warm. But that is good to know, because from now on, the fabrics that I've got like that from Spoonflower, I will use as an accent, do some colour blocking on the top or on some leggings or shorts. But yeah, I'm glad it's used up. It's out of the stash and it's in the drawer to be used as and when. So yes, there will be pictures somewhere in all that spiel. So the other thing that I talked about last week were those 3 amazing fabrics from Beyond the Pink Door that I got from the sale. And I remembered the top that I had initially had in my head for one of the fabrics, which I will come to. So this, everything's cut out now. I had a cutting out session at the weekend and I am ready to sew. So yes, this grey merino soft knit, I have cut out the Sew House 7 Toaster Sweater 2. Toaster Sweater 1 is the one with the band here and more of a stand-up collar. This is a fold down facing. So that is item number 1. Now then, this amazingly fantastic fabric, that one. It was a choice between the bobs and the berries. I went for the bobs. I tried on the bobs again that I'd made, might be 2.5 years ago. And they fit me fine. So I knew that that was the size that I could just cut out. However, not like me at all, this. I had a think, and I thought, what I will do, because I traced the berries out, what I will do is I will put, I know the bobs fit me, just tried those on, I know what size, and I've made no alterations. I will place those pieces on top of the berries because I really like this fabric and I don't want to be disappointed with the fit of whatever I make. So I laid them on top and they were a little bit more balloony than the berries were a little bit more balloony than the bobs. But also the crotch depth and the shape of it, both front and back, were completely different. And because I want to make them up, I'm so excited, I want to make them up now, and I want to make it up to go with the grey, to go with the toaster sweater. I decided that I would go with the bobs, and I will use, I think with the berries being a little bit more balloony, I might want a little bit of a less structured fabric to do the berries. So I will have a look at my stash, see if I can find anything that I quite like to go to make the berries. So yes, I have cut out the bobs. So that's ready. Now this fabric is the one where I think in my last video I mentioned a couple of patterns. Can I remember what they are? No, I can't. You know, woman of a certain age, memory loss, blah 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 blah. So this one, yeah, I can't remember what I was thinking of, but the two that I've mentioned were not actually the patterns. It's all very confusing. Were not actually the patterns that I had in mind when I bought this. The one that I had in mind when I bought this was the Dressmakers Closet Martha top, which you will have seen this before. I'm sure I've worn the top on a vlog, and it's made out of the Fabric Godmother viscose crepe. So I just think that that will look really pretty, and that will go with my brown Faulkners. So I'm quite looking forward to that one as well. So that is all that ready to cut out, and yeah, I think I'm going on a couple of, I'm going on it's, what day is it today? It's Wednesday today. So I think I'm going to go on the Thready Set Sew social tonight, Wednesday, and I am going to join Sam's Sparkle, honest to goodness. Sam, everybody knows Sam, Sparkly Sam. Her social that she's going live with on Friday evening. So yes, going to do that. So we'll be able to sew those things up. I say those, I'll be saying one thing. It will take me longer than 2 sessions to sew any one of those up. So that is my plans. Those are my plans, correct grammar, for this week or so. So that's what I've made, what I'm going to make. I will be back on Sunday with a vlog, and it is the collaboration reveal. So that's very exciting. I've finished my dress, I've taken my photographs, and yeah, that will be nice to get that. It's been a nice, slow, steady bubble over the summer, so that will be lovely to reveal that collaboration, culmination, tongue twister. So yes, the only other thing that I have done before I went back to school is I spent a little bit of time at the allotment. If anybody follows me on Instagram, you will have seen some pictures. I've got 2 greenhouses on my allotment. One is just used for sowing seeds and growing seeds on. One of them is supposed to be for actually growing things like tomato plants, but it's not been used for, I don't think I've grown tomatoes in it for 4 or 5 years. So I have blitzed them both and tidied them up. One of them is looking incredibly tidy and ready. It just needs disinfecting before the spring, so there's no bugs and whatever. And I've made a good start on the second, on the growing greenhouse. That's all tidy. I've got rid of the rubbish, I've taken the broken glass out. I just need to take the soil out in the spring, replenish the soil, put some manure down in there, and that will be ready. I might put some pictures of the produce. The blackberries have pretty much finished out. I mean, there are loads and loads of blackberries, but they're just drying before they are able for me to pick anyway. So I'm going to just leave those for the birds before I cut those right back. My apple trees are just full of apples, and I've started to take those off, and they are quite delicious. My courgettes I cannot keep up with. I have got 5, so I'm picking them when they're like this, or a little bit thicker, but very small, because it will be a week. I went on Sunday to pick some, and it will be Sunday before I can get back, and I will have marrows I picked everything off. There was not a courgette to be seen, and there will be marrows, guaranteed, especially if we have a little bit of rain. Yeah, they'll just go bananas. My pumpkins are growing, but I don't know if they're going to get big enough and ripen, but we've got a little bit of time. You know, we could have an Indian summer yet, who knows. So yeah, I am beginning to get some order to the allotment, which has been a long time coming, really. So I will leave it at that. I think 15 minutes is, you know, about my standard, my length. And I will see you on Sunday, and then next week I'm on the vlog tour for the project Dresser Girl, so that's very exciting. Can't wait for that. So yes, have a lovely weekend. I hope you do something exciting. If you know of any good athletic wear retailers apart from Funky Fabrics and Tia Nights, I would be really happy to know them. If you could put those in the comments, that would be fantastic. Certainly, I pretty much know where to get nice plain wicking. It's this kind of thing, you know, it's the pattern stuff that gives your athletic wear a little bit of individuality. I would be super happy if anybody could give me their secrets. And yes, we will leave it at that. If you'd like to give me a like, and if you could subscribe if you haven't already, that would be super. I'm now creeping towards the 600 mark, which is phenomenal, so thank you very much indeed. So yes, I will see you soon. Take care of yourself and your families, and bye for now. Bye bye.